Hey everyone, Jason Womack here. I want to give you 3 ways to gain time by busting these common time wasters. Number 1, how much time do you spend waiting for other people? Number 2, how much time do you spend reminding other people? Number 3, how much time do you spend forgetting or leaving something behind? Now before we go any further, I'm going to ask you to pull out a piece of paper and a pen. I want you to write down a few things. Here's the first one. How much time do you have to lose? I know, it's a silly question, but look at this. We each have 24 hours in a day, right? 168 hours in a week, over 8,700 hours in a year. Just put a number down. How much time do you have, are you willing to lose? My answer is 0. Look, I don't want to waste any time. I don't want to lose any time. It's why I've researched and done a lot of seminars, a lot of coaching, read a lot of books, gone through a lot of effort to find out how much time do people lose, and what can we do about it? So here's the next series of questions, and I'd like you to write these answers down, please. Number 1, on a weekly basis, say it's a Monday through Friday and you're at work, how much time each week do you spend waiting for other people? Let's say you have a culture where meetings start 5 to 10 minutes late, or people don't get back to you in the time that they said they would. Number 2, how much time do you spend per week reminding someone about something that they said they would do for you? Okay. By the way, not only how much time do you spend reminding them, giving them a call, sending them an email, walking down the hall, how much time do you spend looking through your system to remember what people said that they would do for you? You know, a lot of people will scan through their sent items in their email, or they'll go through their paper notes each week to remember what other people said that they would do that they have to go remind them about. Number 3. How much time per week do you spend having to return somewhere? Back home, back to work, back to your office, because you left something behind. Now, if you add up all of that time and you're anything like the people that I've worked around the world, most people say they lose 2 to 6 hours per week. That's gone, right? Waiting for other people, reminding them, having to go back somewhere because they forgot something. Hey, if you save just 4 hours a week, that's over 16 hours a month. What would you do with an extra 200 hours next year? Hey, that might be time to read a book. That might be time to take an extra day of vacation that you already have, you just haven't been able to take. Imagine what you could learn with an extra 200 hours next year. So let's take these one at a time, and I'll try and give you a couple of ideas about how you can maximize your time management. Number 1, here we go. Forgetting or leaving something behind. Here's a time management principle. Just 5 or 10 minutes of planning can save you hours of time in the future. What do I mean by that? Look, on every Monday morning, pull up your calendar, and for 5, 10, 15 minutes, look at the next 5, 6, or 7 days and update everything on that calendar. Make sure it's current so that when you leave work on a Tuesday afternoon, you're ready for the next morning. You have all the supplies, you bring everything from one house to the other, from work to home, or from home to work. Number 2, a lot of my clients who especially have kids, but they'll make checklists. They'll make checklists for the sports events. What are the supplies we need to bring to practice? What are the supplies we need to bring to the event? If you have a job where you travel a little bit or you have off-site meetings, make a checklist for work. What are the kinds of things you want to be prepared with so that you don't have to waste time because you forgot or left something behind? Number 3, right before you leave a room or someplace, stop and look back. You know, I check out of hotels about 150, 200 times per year. And every time I check out of a hotel, I look back, scan the room, and I just make sure that I got everything that I came in with. Number 2, time management principle. Don't hope people remember. Help them remember. Look, if you're in a meeting and someone agrees to do something or they promise to get back to you about something, ask them to write it down. Write down what they agreed to do for you. And if they can do that in their own system, then they can be a little bit more accountable, a little bit more responsible for that. And here's another idea. Be proactive. If you know you're not going to be around, if you know you're going on a trip, if you know you're going on an offsite meeting, ask someone else for support and let them know ahead of time that you're leaving so you can work together on whatever projects are that you need to be in the loop on, you need to be in the know about. And number 3, recognize the people that you count on the most. You know, a lot of time can be spent waiting for other people, and I just recommend these 3 things. Remind people a day or 2 ahead of the schedule. I send out a note before every seminar to my coordinator, and I remind them I'm going to be on time, what time I'm going to show up, what kinds of things I'm going to expect, what kinds of things I'm going to need so that we can have an effective work day together. Number 2, I like to call or email or even text message that person 1 to 3 hours early. I especially do this with my medical appointments. Dentists and doctors, they typically like to run late. So I'll call. If it's a 10 o'clock appointment, I'll call at 9 or even 8:30, and I'll talk to the receptionist and I'll ask, is the doctor running on time? Will that meeting begin on time? And if they say yes, then I can accordingly plan my day. If and this happens every now and then, the receptionist will say, oh, you know what, the doctor's running 30 minutes late. That allows me to use that 30 minutes not waiting in the doctor's office, but doing something else. Number 3, and this is very important, send a thank you card to that person that you counted on. Send a thank you card so that they know that you appreciate what they did for you. I usually like to wait a day or two after the fact. That way it gives a little bit of space in, but a day or 2 or even 3 after they helped me, I can thank them one more time. A lot more information on the website, jasonwomackblog.com. I hope that you'll visit that. I've always got a new article, a new idea, or something there. And please, let's stay in touch.